name is Kevin Fernandez, and welcome to my channel, Gamers Genie. Today, I'm going to talk about my top 10 favorite Funko games. Funko Games is kind of, it was a little company. I mean, like, I think they were known for Funkoverse for a while. That was like their most famous game for a while. But like, they kind of exploded. In the past couple of years, a lot of people seem to be introduced to board games through a lot of their games because, you know, they have like, not only do they have like famous IP that people like and are familiar with, but the rules are usually very easy to understand and you could just dive into the game. I am quoting from what they said at the Funko Games booth at Gen Con. I'm not being insulting at all. And a lot of people even say that. That's one of the greatest things about Funko Games is that the games are pretty simple. There's not that much. The rule book isn't like a 20, 50 page dictionary, so you can really just start playing. But these are going to be my top 10s list. This is going to be my first time doing a list just to one specific publishing company. So let me know in the comments below if this is something you'd like to see more of in the future. But without further ado, let's count down. Okay, so number 10 is A Goofy Movie, the game. And I wanted to put this up because when this came out, Jordan and I, we tried it out. It was like probably the first game we demoed when coming back to Gen Con for the second time. It wasn't the first time. That was the 2021. This was I believe the 2022. Yeah, this was the 2022 Gen Con. I remember because I went on my honeymoon after that. But we got to meet Bill Farmer and Jason Marsden, who voice Goofy and Max from that game. From the movie, obviously. It's based off of the movie, and you have to try to get to the Powerline concert. It's a pretty fun game. It's pretty simple. It's a 4-player game, so you can play as Max, Bobby, PJ, or Roxanne. Goofy is just kind of like a little tracker on there, but they do have a Goofy miniature, and that's what I love about Funko Games. They don't need to make something like that. Like, you didn't need to make a Goofy miniature. He's a non-playable character, but they did it. They could have just made him a little token, but they made him a miniature, which is awesome. I love that. This game is really fun. We like playing it. There's like set collecting and all that stuff. But what I love about it is we can't just wander around the board for hours and hours and hours and hours. We have to get to our destination eventually. Otherwise, they're just going to force us to go there by the time if Powerline gets to the concert before them, we just go to the concert. We don't, that's it. But so number 10 is A Goofy Movie. Okay, so number 9 is Godzilla Tokyo Clash. This is kind of... when I played this game, I did have a major King of Tokyo feeling, but I do feel like there was more added elements, so it does feel like for a more older audience. King of Tokyo definitely feels like something that a lot of kids can get. It's a good family game because a lot of kids can get into it. It's very simple. But it's super fun. You play as 4 characters. The one thing that I feel a little disappointed is that there was no expansions where you can add more monsters. Because Godzilla it's one of those genres where it does have a lot of characters that you can choose from. And I'm surprised that we didn't get like, King Kong. I'm surprised we didn't get like Rodan. We didn't get there's a lot of creatures that we didn't get, but it's still fun for what it is. Maybe, I don't know, hopefully one day we'll get something like that. But it's a really fun game. It's really enjoyable. Both me and my father-in-law are big Godzilla fans. So, we're hoping we can get it back to the table. The problem is my wife is not a big Godzilla fan. It's hard for me to get this game to the table as much as like a lot of the other games on this list. But number 9, Godzilla Tokyo Clash. Okay, number 8 is Back to the Future. We're going back in time. Yeah, that's right. I'm singing in this episode. What? So what? Um, this game. Whew, I got this game for I think Jordan. Oh, it was our anniversary, our first year wedding anniversary. I did it because I was like, okay, I want something that Jordan's gonna enjoy. I was gonna get her the little watch from Doctor Who where he keeps his like Time Lord DNA in there. But then I was like, I don't think Jordan would like that. Turns out she would have liked that. She was like, oh, now you need to get me that. Um, but I got her this because it does have the clock tower and everything like that. But you can play as Doc, you can play as Einstein, Marty, or the girlfriend. And yeah, Jennifer. That's right. She has a name. She plays like almost no part in the trilogy, but she has a name at least. Um, you kind of realize why did they even put in a girlfriend? But I don't know. It's an '80s. I think it was like an '80s trope. Like if they're in school, they have to have a girlfriend. But it's a really fun game. It gets really difficult when you get towards the end because there's a lot of stuff you have to keep track of and everything. Got to make sure that Marty's parents fall in love and all that stuff. And Jordan and I have lost every single time we played this game. Don't play this game 2 players. Play it 3 or more. Try that. And then see how you like it. But yeah, we struggle with that one. But it is a really fun game. It's really enjoyable. I am hoping to feature it on the channel next year. It's I like the artwork for it. It looks like old Saturday morning, Sunday morning comics, like those old comics with that people that you used to read. I mean, heck, even the rule book has like the comic book that like the kid used to try to entice his dad into thinking that Marty's an alien. But yeah, number 8, Back to the Future, Back in Time. Okay, so number 7 is The Goonies, They Never Say Die. This is a role-playing game where you can take on the role of some of your favorite characters from the movie The Goonies. Within the gang of the Goonies, they don't have there's an expansion where it adds more characters. I don't think but anyways, we tried this at Gen Con. It was really fun. You can make up your own. You don't have to follow the little dotted line of each story and everything like that. You can even make up your own stuff. So it does have quite a bit of replayability, which was what I was worried about. I'm like, okay, well, what if we get to the end of the movie? Okay, we don't have anything to do after that. Nope, you get to make up your own stuff. I would probably, for me, I'm not that creative when it comes to writing my own stories. Jordan is. She's a writer. She's trying to become a writer, and so she could create probably a good story with that. But I will not dare try to do that. I like doing this. Jordan's the writer. It says so in the credits. But yeah, it's really fun. I like to play as Mouth. Corey Feldman's character. I like playing as his because because my character, my personality is very sarcastic. I like to crack jokes. So that's why I like to play as Corey Feldman's character because a lot of his characters are very mouthy. They like to crack jokes and everything like that. So really cool. Number 7, Goonies Never Say Die. Okay, so number 6 is The Rocketeer. Now, this is based off of the original Rocketeer movie, which nobody talked about until they announced the remake, in my opinion. But, and I don't know if they're even planning on doing that remake anymore. I don't know why they want to do the remake. They should just focus on the superhero stuff that they're doing right now, because there's a lot of mixed reactions. But in this one, you get to it's a 2-player game. You take one team, one person plays as a bad guy team, the other one plays as good guys, and you have to get these secret plans, and you have to make sure you hold on to them throughout the entirety of the game. Once you make it to the end and you have the secret plans, that team is the winner. Very simple, easy to go to. I did enjoy it. You can upgrade like all your gadgets, make your weapons more powerful, so you can fight back and keep those secret plans secret for a longer time. I did enjoy this one. I don't think I'm gonna get it though personally, mostly because I don't know that many people in my family who like or are familiar with The Rocketeer. My dad might be familiar with The Rocketeer, but I know Jordan's not familiar with The Rocketeer at all. I know it's on Disney Plus though, so she can watch it on Disney Plus anytime. Anytime. But I don't know. Now that we have like, I mean like, you know, now that we have like people putting effort, I mean, you could say what you want about what Marvel's been doing recently, but it still feels like, to me, for a lot of their movies, it still felt like some effort was going into it. Whereas like, this was made in like the 90s. The Rocketeer was made in the 90s. And at the time, superheroes were starting to get a little bit of a trend during the 90s. And I feel like that was just Disney trying to bank on something that was popular at the time. Imagine Disney trying to bank on something popular. But, you know, it still was a fun game for what it was. So number 6 is The Rocketeer. Okay, so number 5. Now we're getting into the stuff that me and Jordan really love to play. And so, spoiler alert, a lot of these are going to feel very, 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 have a similar theme. But number 5 is the Haunted Mansion, Call of the Spirits. This is one of our go-to games, especially around Halloween. We love it, where you go around the Haunted Mansion collecting different ghosts from the ride, except for the Hatbox Ghost. I'm sorry, Hatbox Ghost fans, he is not in this game. Although granted, because they are having the Hatbox Ghost show up in the Disney World and Disneyland Haunted Mansion now, maybe Funko will release a promo card of the Hatbox Ghost, and we can have the Hatbox Ghost in our Haunted Mansion game. If you did, you probably would have to make him like one of the white cards, that the special ghosts, where they can, you know, they get points based off of how many like common ghosts you have collected and everything like that. I don't know. It'd be pretty interesting. Or maybe you could just have it like, it's just he gives you bonus points per ghost you have total. That would be very OP. But you know, I mean, like, Funko can do what they want to do. I'm just saying, Hatbox Ghost card. We should probably think about doing the promo though. But I taught this game around Halloween. I think it was last year. I did I can't remember. I believe it was last year. That was my How to Play Halloween special. And Jordan dragged me on the Haunted Mansion during our honeymoon last year. I know that. It was okay. She said she went twice.
No, twice. One without the tour and one with the tour.
Oh yeah, that's right. Me and Jordan, we took a behind-the-scenes tour at the Magic Kingdom when we were in Florida, and we got to do every person who likes going to Disney World's dream, cut the line. Yeah, we cut the line. We went right up to the front when you get into the Doom buggies. Although granted, the queue is kind of, in my opinion, standing in the queue is part of the ride. Like, you get to look at the atmosphere and everything about that. This game is really fun. You go around, you can go around the seance room and collecting ghosts. The seance room, you can get rid of terror that you've collected by going through the mansion. The hitchhiking ghosts are always trying to make it more difficult for you, though. This game is really fun. It's really simple. There's not that much complication to it. I enjoy it a lot. I know Jordan enjoys it a lot. So yeah, you know, feel free to check out our How to Play video to know more about this game. But number 5, The Haunted Mansion, Call of the Spirits. Okay, so number 4 is E.T. Light Years from Home. Now, I thought about putting this at number 10 because they don't have Reese's Pieces. They have candy pieces, not Reese's Pieces. What the heck, Hershey's? You were cool letting them use it in the movie, but now you're not cool letting them use it in the game. It's what made that thing famous. Come on! But you can, once again, just like the Goonies, you can play as the characters from the movie, and you're trying to get E.T. to the little rocket ship at the end of the movie, to the spaceship at the end of the movie, which some people say looks like the spaceship from another Steven Spielberg movie. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. Whatever. But, the miniatures, one of the things that I do love about Funko games is they have really, really good miniatures. There's a lot of detail that go into their miniatures. It is really cool. All that. But unlike the Haunted Mansion, there's not a purple miniature. Okay? See, actually, I should have put Haunted Mansion ahead of E.T. just for that reason. I like purple, okay? Put more purple in your games, people. Not just Funko games. All the publishing companies. Purple is a good color. We don't need to have pink. We can do purple. I apologize to the people who like pink, but come on. They always, now a lot of companies are doing special, pink sets for breast cancer awareness, for the Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. You'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll all be fine. So, Days of Wonder did that for Ticket to Ride. I don't really think I'm going to be doing a list on their games, mostly because it's mostly Ticket to Ride. But anyways, like I said, you have to try to get E.T. home, just like in the movie. And they got the kids on bikes, because it's an 80s film, and you got to have kids on bikes. That was like a thing. Whenever something bad happens, there's kids on bikes. But number 4, E.T. Light Years from Home. Okay, so number 3 is the wildest game in the wilderness. It's Big Thunder Mountain. In this game, you're mining for gold and ore and all this stuff. You're trying to make sure you don't have that much water in your pan. You can get upgrade tools to help you mine better. And you go around the board. It is really fun. I think Jordan really enjoyed that game, which is why she got it and never decided to play it again. But yeah, it's a pretty fun game. It's enjoyable. I'm probably gonna have to play it again before I do a how to play video on that game. But again, the detail. The mountain is you have to build it up. There's a lot of detail in it, and you can see all the different cracks and crevices. Billy is not in this game though, so for those of you who are a big Billy fan, he is not in this game. So you can't stare at him, and it makes it feel like the game's going faster. Sorry. Oh well. But yeah, it's a pretty good game. They have these little marbles, and I love games that put little marbles in them. Like Potion Explosion that does the little marble thing. But yeah, not many games do marbles. Games, come on, marbles, they're fun. Let's bring them back. It's a pretty fun game, pretty enjoyable. Can't wait to get it back to the table. Number 3, Big Thunder Mountain. Okay, so my number 2 favorite Funko Games game is the whole Disney Park. It is Happiest Game, and it is based off of Disney World. Not Disneyland, Disney World. They were very specific on that. It says Disney World Edition, not Disneyland Edition. But think about that. Disney World Edition, meaning that they're probably going to plan on doing more parks over the years. But you get to play as the Fab Five, go around the Disney parks and try to have the happiest day at Disney World. You go through and, oh my gosh, so it looks really cool when you have it on the day side. But when you flip it over and you have the night side, oh my gosh, does it look gorgeous. It looks so beautiful on the night side. I love how the artwork looks on that side. Plus it's got like that, plus it's got like that classic, Disney art. And it's got like some pretty nice artwork on it. All the different attractions are all there that weren't made recently. So if you like Tron, it's not going to be there. If you don't like Tron, it's not going to be there. But Jordan and I love playing this game. We love playing it with like 2 players, 3 players, all the players. It's really fun. Number 2, Disney's Happiest Day. Alright, my number 1 favorite game is Stitch, Merry Mischief. This is one of Funko's like little tiny box, it's like one of their little tiny box Christmas games that they do. I got it right here. There's Stitch, Merry Mischief. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to keep Stitch from destroying all these presents. So you play cards, then you roll the dice, and if any of the cards that you played have this symbol, then Stitch ripped it open and it is destroyed. But if you save a bunch of presents, the game's over, and whoever saved the most presents is the winner of the game. So basically, you gotta make sure you keep Stitch from ruining Christmas. It's a fun game. Like, all these little miniature box games are pretty fun. It's got a lot of oomph in a little package. I do enjoy this. It almost was it was almost our Christmas how to play game this year. But Grinch beat out Stitch. The Green Man beat out the Blue Man. But who knows? Stitch does not take stuff lying down, so chances are he'll probably come back with a vengeance, and he will probably win the poll next year. But for now, he's number 1 on this list. Stitch, Merry Mischief. Alright, there you go. There's my top 10 favorite Funko games. If there's a Funko Games game that you like, please put it in the comments below. And I'd love to hear from you. If you got some of your own list, yeah, also put that down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video as a whole, please give this a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to be notified for our last top 10s list for the year. And if you are in a charitable mood, consider donating to Save a Pet. This is a no-kill animal sanctuary where they take lost, abandoned, or abused animals, nurse them back to health, and then you can adopt them. It's cats and dogs mostly. I don't know if they've done any other animals, but I definitely know it's a big cats and dogs thing. I think that's mostly because it's cats and dogs who are usually the biggest victims of this. Like, you'll never see like a Sarah McLachlan commercial going, "Look at these lizards. Do you see how they've been abused?" No, we're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna see that. I don't even know if it even happens. But yeah. So they take the animals, they take the cats and dogs, nurse them back to health, and then you can adopt them. So there's multiple ways you can help out with this charity. You can of course adopt a pet, donate, and of course the easiest one of all, just spread the word. They do a wonderful thing in this. This charity does a wonderful, wonderful thing. The shelter's a wonderful place. And I've heard a lot of other YouTubers and influencers, I guess they're called now, talk about it. It's a very, very, very great cause. I'll leave a link to that in the description below, so please check it out. And yeah, we'll see you in our last top 10s list for the year. But until then, thanks for the views.